I have a couple formatting things that I do to flesh out ideas, to think about them. I've been around so long that I used to argue philosophy on MySpace. But around the time of MySpace, and around the time of George Bush and Donald Rumsfeld running things, Rumsfeld came out and did this thing where I think now they call it the knowledge matrix or something ridiculous like that, but I'm going to put the meme up right here. As we know, there are known knowns. There are things that we know. We also know there are some things that we don't know, but there's also unknown unknowns. So things that you know, things that you don't know, and things that you don't know you don't know. And it's funny because around that same time, I was doing this thing I call lensing, okay? I'm going to show you lensing today, and I'm going to do the two top lenses that I would say are like the most important ones. So let's take the Rumsfeld one. First of all, if he was going to do it completely, he left out unknown knowns. So lensing is going to be thesis, 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 antithesis, antithesis, thesis, and antithesis, antithesis. Or another way to look at it would be affirmation, 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 negation, negation, affirmation, negation, negation. It's mostly dealing with dichotomy. It's not like a dialectic, which is going to be thesis, antithesis, synthesis, and then the synthesis becomes the new thesis, and there's an antithesis. It's just taking basic dichotomies, whether it be affirmation and negation, or whether it be thesis and antithesis, and attempting to overlay them on top of each other and talk about the implications of cause and effect. The affirmation, 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 negation, negation, affirmation, negation, negation aspect of it. So let's just do Rumsfeld's really quick. Rumsfeld's would be known knowns, known unknowns, unknown knowns, and unknown unknowns. That'd be the full lens for Rumsfeld. So the ones that I think are important are the dichotomy of universal and particular, and the dichotomy of myself and the other. In philosophy, that's super important, and every single lens level is super important in those dichotomies. So let's start with myself and the other. So the myself and the other lens is myself for myself, myself for the other for myself, the other for the other. So myself for myself is just going to be everything that you do for yourself. You have a spa day, you go relax at the beach, you watch your show or whatever. It's 100% all about me. Myself for the other is going to be, things that you do for your family to help them, charitable things you do. The other for myself are the things that people do for you. The opposite, they help you fix your car or whatever they do to help you. That's the other for myself. The other for the other, I think, honestly, the other for the other is the most important aspect of the lens, because it helps you think about the things that go on outside of yourself that you have nothing to do with. Other people doing things for other people that don't involve you. That's a good check on people's solipsistic tendencies, where they think everything's about them. The other for the other. So that's the myself and the other lens. So the lens that I actually like the most is the universal and particular lens. Universal, 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 particular, particular, universal, particular, particular. So the universal universal is the universal in itself, a priori, before experience. Whatever the universal is before it's experienced by humans, that's the universal universal in itself. Universal particular is you. You're part of a universal emergence, but you're particularized, you're one. You're the universal particular. You count as one. If you're here, you're present. If you're not here, you're absent. That's your identity, your individuality. You're the particularized version of the universal. Particular universal. So the particular universal is a posteriori. The particular universal is after experience. So it's your view as a particular of the universal. after perception. And the particular is you, your view of yourself, your view as the individual, your individual identity, whatever you are that's more than the sum of its parts. That's the best thing I can describe. The whole has a bunch of parts that make up the whole, but there's an extra value. The whole becomes more than the sum of its parts. That excess, in my view, is your identity. So the particular is whatever it is that makes you on top of the universal particular. So that's lensing. And I just wanted to do it really quick, and if you guys have any ideas and you do this yourself, or you have any of there's many other lenses. I mean, any dichotomy would work as a lens. You'll be surprised at how you find new value in things that you didn't really think about before by using this format. If you like this kind of philosophical subject matter, help us out by liking the video and subscribing to the channel.